And the score right now is 27-11. Mr. Crane over Mr. Balsis on a run of 27 by Mr. Crane. Mr. Sterling racking the balls. In this, there is your score right there. Mr. Crane looking to see, they've lost one. What they will do in this rack is put the 15 ball at the apex and put the 1 and the 5 in the corners. The big numbered balls down at the bottom and the lower numbers up at the top. Pockets his ball and breaks up the rack just fairly well. Just fairly well. He doesn't have too much. Cue ball's the one right at the top there, the white one you see. And as you can see, unless he has a clear shot on the 4 ball, he's not in too good shape. And of course, this is something that can happen even to Crane, Mr. Crane or Mr. Balsis. Doesn't make any difference how good you are. You get caught in these traps. And of course, the great thing in the experience of men like this is not to make an injudicious shot. You're torn by two philosophies. There is a shot in the rack if you look hard enough, but don't try something foolish and open up the table. And the 4 ball it is. Good shot. That was from a difficult angle. Now, as you see, he has better position, but he still has to open it and cluster a little bit. See him looking at it? He may want to come into it right now.
30. 13 ball.
Apparently going to play the 13 and then come in. There he does. There he does. No, he mustn't get locked up in there. And he isn't just great. Again. It's 31-11, incidentally. On the run of 31, continuous run. And Mr. Crane's turn at the table. In this afternoon's game, where he beat Mr. Balsis, he was badly behind, but had a long run, and thus far has had the longest run of the tournament, 98 balls, in one of the early games. Good shot. Good. Long, difficult shot. Long, difficult shot. And now he has a little more room to maneuver. 32-11 on the run of 32. Incidentally, so you'll understand how this tournament works, it is set up the same way the Masters tournament in bowling is. A winners and losers bracket. The entire field is set up and the seeds made. Then you play until you lose. When you lose, you go into the losers bracket. If you lose once more, you're eliminated. And eventually, the winner of the losers bracket, who is Mr. Balsis, plays the winner of the winners bracket, who is Mr. Crane. And Mr. Crane put Mr. Balsis into the losers bracket this afternoon.
33.
All right. He's lined up on the 12 ball. And he's calling for the bridge. Watch this now. Watch this. They play all their position and everything else, the English and everything else with this thing, just as though it were their hands. The skill of these men is simply unbelievable. If you have never had an opportunity to watch people of this caliber play, by all means try to someday. There, look at that, look at that. Combination, 8 ball, and that makes it 35-11, Mr. Crane, on the run of 35, continuous run.
15 ball, 6 ball. 36.
Good position now, as you see. Might want to use the 15 ball
1 ball.
as his break ball.
37. 9 ball.
This is where Mr. Crane looks the greatest, when he's working this bottom rail this way. Just everything looks so simple. At this phase of the game, position play. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? And follows into position behind the 15 ball, which will be his break ball. And so, Mr. Crane will attempt to go through the rack again. With the score now, 41-11. Mr. Crane over Mr. Balsis on a run of 41. Mr. Crane again, reminder, has had the high run for this tournament, 98. How many can they run? In exhibition, Willie Mosconi ran 526. Beautiful. Beautiful. Whoops. All right. I thought for a moment there he might scratch. It's 42-11. Mr. Crane over Mr. Balsis on a run of 42. Mr. Crane at the table. And the trick with these men of this caliber particularly, is not so much what the score is, but more important, keep that other fellow in his seat. Don't let him get on the floor, because you know that if he does, you're not talking now about somebody that can run 15 or 20 or 25 and miss. You're talking about somebody that can run right through 150 points with one turn at the table. Mr. Crane beat Ed Kelly 150 to -3. In getting to the finals in 10 innings. He doesn't have just a whole lot, even though, as you can see, that cluster is pretty well separated.
8-ball combination.
Combination 8 off the 6. No, oh my gosh. Not off the 6 at all. Holy mackerel. So complicated. I don't even know how it went in or how many he hit in the process. Holy mackerel. And as you can see, they're a little bit better spread around. He has the 10 ball in a good position, or the 4 ball for a break ball. 4 is the one just to the left and a little below his cue ball. 10 ball's the one over to the right.
44, 5-ball.
Here, he must be careful not to foul. If he touches anything, object ball or the cue ball, anything, with his clothing or any part of the cue except the tip, he fouls, it's a scratch, he loses his turn at the table. Look at this little jam up here. Oh, beautifully done. Might have jawed up there with 3 of them in the opening of that pocket. It's 46-11, incidentally. Mr. Crane on a continuous run of 46. And Mr. Balsis at this point is
13 ball
going through the combination. 13 off the 4. Didn't quite drop. 47-11 on the continuous run of 47.
7 ball. 48.
Now, as to this business of winner and loser's bracket, if Mr. Crane wins this first game, he being out of the winner's bracket, that's it. He wins the tournament. If Mr. Balsis wins, let's wait until he shoots this. All right.
49.
If Mr. Balsis wins, being the loser's bracket, then they must have a second game, and that would determine, the winner of that would determine the champion.
50.
Isn't that a fine touch? Isn't that a fine touch? They sometimes just ease them along so softly you wonder if they'll even make it. He has the 10 ball there, left. as his break ball if he chooses to use it. Also has the 12 ball there. But I have a feeling,
10 ball.
nope, he's going to shoot the 10 ball. Shoot it off.
52.